Giving Tuesday, and we're at our good friends Paws for My location on here in Loveland, Ohio. Now, if you've been following us, you know that we've been doing a push to try and raise funds for them. We're coming to you right now from the facility that's under construction. They're putting the finishing touches on it, if you will. And so we came out today to really kind of hear the details about their story in hopes that you'll help us out this Giving Tuesday and get them to the place that they need to be to help all these animals. So we have Jennifer, the director of the organization. Aaron, he's the foreman, if you will, right? He's in charge of doing all this work out here. And who are these two we got with us today?
This is Callie. She's like the rescue mascot. She was actually rescued with her pups from a kill shelter about 2 years ago.
So she lives here?
She does.
Okay.
Yeah, she does live here. This is Freya. She came from a hoarding situation, and she actually just got an approved application today.
And she knows her name, obviously, because she came to us when you said that.
That's right.
And so within the situation of the last week or two, the organization took on 68 dogs, puppies, and mothers from a puppy mill here in Ohio. And so this situation's how we came into it. You can see up there, there's a nice heating system that Johnstone Supply donated to them so the dogs can be comfortable. Aaron and his crew have been working nonstop to get the rest of the building together, because I remember when you sent us pictures at first, none of this was done. None of this was done.
It was just
the shell, yeah. And so the good news, nothing. Yeah, it was just the shell, just a skeleton. But the good news is, so all 68 of your puppies so far they're either been adopted or they're in fosters right now.
They're all in foster homes. We don't do any adoptions until all the dogs are completely vetted, which means that all of them have their dewormings, they're up to date on vaccines, flea and tick medicine, 4DX tested, blood work, spayed, neutered, microchipped. So they are completely vetted before we list any animals available for adoption. Most of the time, depending on the age and the needs of the dog, they're in a foster home for give or take around a month. And then once they're ready to go, then we, list them online, and a lot of fosters end up, we call it foster fails. They end up being, the fosters fall in love and end up adopting.
Yeah. And so right now, out of the 68, what's that looking like so far? Where are you at in that process?
We're still going through all their medical. Last week, we were just trying to get everybody into the groomers, to the vet, to get all the initial vetting done. So now this week we're working on scheduling all their spay and neuter appointments. So it's a lot. We did have a couple other rescues that jumped in and helped take some off our plate.
Great.
Which was amazing.
Shout out to any of them.
Yeah, Heart Animal Rescue, Miles Ahead, and the SPCA in Sharonville.
Okay. So it sounds like it's been a team effort then, trying to really combat this issue.
Yep.
So Aaron, kind of walk us through what this is going to look like. Where are you at in the phase? Show everybody kind of what the donations have been going for and then what's to come.
Okay, so here's the plan. You zoom in on that. These are going to be kennels, and this is going to be an indoor play yard. This is the middle building right now. And then we'll add two sides in the years down the road. So we need to hold meet and greets in here. And our initial vision is to have a doggy daycare where we can sponsor the rescue, because the hardest thing is coming up with funds to help the dog with their medical needs. So we were going to donate 10% of our gross profits back to the rescue and then build more locations so we can fund ourselves, so to speak.
Yeah.
But in the meantime,
yes, ma'am,
it takes a while to do that.
And we're foster based, so all of our animals are in foster homes, and when we don't have foster homes, all of the animals are here. So our house has been lined with crates while we're looking for fosters. So having this building is a great immediate need. There's a lot of shelters down in Kentucky that are just outdoor elements. Some of the animals have froze to death in years past. So this is an immediate need to where we can literally say, yes, we'll take them and have somewhere for them to go and allow us time to find fosters.
So literally the building will be intake until we place all the dogs into foster homes. So you bring them here, we vet them, we get them ready to go, and sometimes it could be weeks, sometimes it could be months. It depends on you know, just a dog and the public's willingness to take in animals.
Yeah.
So, you know, it all depends on our foster base. So, being able to go on the news and being able to go on your channel helps us create a great foster base. We are in desperate need of fosters always, just for this reason. So we don't want the dogs here. This is just a temporary situation, so they can get into a home and they can start to decompress, and then they can find their forever home.
So it seems like, though, that this will... somebody's asking for something here. I know what that means because I have two at home. It seems like this will be a setup if you get into another situation like you just did, that'll make things a little bit smoother and easier to get that process done. Yeah.
Well, actually, we're in that situation a lot.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That was just the biggest pool, and it just got that much attention. But we pull from shelters regularly, kill shelters. Some, like Jennifer said, some of them don't have any heating and cooling. So
Sure.
And then the people that take care of them don't go there on the weekends.
Yeah.
So when it gets cold like this, the dogs actually end up freezing to death.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So at least you got this set up now. You've got heat. You've got electricity. What will be the capacity here once everything's done? What do you anticipate?
When it's all done, we should be able to house, in this building alone, we could probably house around 30 dogs comfortably.
Yeah.
We could squeeze more in, but we want to give them room. We don't want to put them right back in the situation that they were in.
Sure. Yeah, which is really uncomfortable. So we saw the social media posts you had. We saw the website, the photos, the video, the dogs that were coming in that were in bad shape, needed bathed, needed groomed, hadn't eaten, and those types of things. And so really just setting them up for success moving forward. Yeah. What does it look like? So I can imagine when they're alone, withdrawn from humans and those types of things, what does that look like when they come in? What's the process of like reacclimating them to people, if you will?
That is time. We actually have a dog we rescued from a puppy mill close to a year ago. She's still with us. She's still not listed as available. She still does not want to get up and walk on a leash to go out to the bathroom. Yeah. She still has to be carried. So a lot of time it just takes time and patience. Some do better than others. There's a rule of thumb, 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. And that's 3 days to a dog to start settling in, 3 weeks before they really start feeling comfortable and coming out of their shell, and 3 months before they actually feel like they're home.
Okay. Over time, and sometimes there's an exception to the rule, it sounds. What about the 68 for the most part? How are they doing as far as reacclimating?
Well, once again, some are doing better than others. It's just every dog is different.
When they've been in a situation like a shelter or a breeder, and they've been there for years, then they don't know what a human's touch is. They don't know what grass feels like. They don't know what carpet feels like. It's learning everything like a baby will learn how to walk. It's just like that with these dogs that are older, and those are actually the dogs that are harder to place for the older ones. So.
And we even had a dog that was, several dogs that were chained up outside, never been indoors, and the foster actually, because the dog was afraid to walk on the floors, and she taped beach towels across her whole house to be able to get the dog to be able to feel comfortable walking on something. So that took a few weeks, and then she was able to start removing the towels. But I mean, it just, every situation is different.
Gotcha. So it sounds like we're doing our best to raise some funds for you to get this fixed, but you need volunteers, you need folks to come adopt dogs, you need folks to foster. So it sounds like there's really an opportunity to help from anybody in any way.
Correct. Yep.
What's the biggest need right now that you think you have?
Probably corporate sponsors, honestly. I think that is the biggest thing. We are really bad about posting on social media because when we get calls, we just jump in and take care of the animals.
Sure.
And so, you know, we struggle financially all the time, but we don't bat an eye. If there's a medical need, we check our personal credit cards and put it on that if need be. So I think in order to keep us going, that's our biggest need is just corporate sponsors.
Okay.
Right. And the reason corporate sponsors are so important is because things like this, things like news coverage, is fleeting. Like at the moment, they're great.
Sure.
But after that, you know,
kind of ramps down.
It ramps down, and then you know the dog's medical needs are
They're always there.
right.
Yeah, well, these two seem to be happy. So what role do they play when the new dogs come in? They try and help acclimate them here, or are they really sometimes just too shy to even be around them?
Callie does. She's great with the other dogs, any other dogs, and they sort of follow her around. She is a little more standoffish. Takes her a little while to warm up to new people, but as you see,
shy.
she's came up to you. But that's
Yeah.
not because she's here. Had we not had her in the room, she'd be staring away from you.
Yeah. Oh, she's looking up at the camera too, so she's not camera shy at all, are you?
No.
Awesome. Well, as you know, we're continuing to raise funds through our team throughout today. And as of this morning, I think we had like 6 or 8 more coming in. So once we get our complete total, the organization is going to match that by 5.
That is amazing.
And then we'll get that money to you. And, continue to keep the word out there. Keep you as friends of the organization. And so anyone here in northeastern Cincinnati that can help or volunteer or donate, or if you have a budget here on Giving Tuesday and you would like to donate to them, we're going to put their website in the comments. Where else so give them all your information about website, donation, Facebook, all those types of things.
PawsForMiles.org. You can go there and donate. You can fill out a foster application. You can has a link to our pet finder. You can see any available dogs. You will see Freya on there, but she does have an approved application. We will be listing a lot more dogs over the next several weeks. We have other dogs that were way before this puppy mill that are going to be getting ready to be listed. So the address, if you want to mail a check, if that's easier to some, it's 1313 West Loveland Avenue, Loveland, Ohio, 45140.
Yeah, website.
PawsForMiles.org. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for now. Check us out. Like the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Like our videos. Let us know if you have any questions. We'll be here for a little while, hanging out, playing with these two. They look like they've got a lot of energy. But we really ask on this Giving Tuesday, if you can, even a small donation to be helpful. Thanks a lot.